Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. My name is Ash, and I'm here with a review of Retro Mystery Club Volume 1, the Ise-Shima case on Nintendo Switch. Now, this was released on the 14th of the 9th, 2023. It's developed by Undercoders and Happy Meal Inc. and published by Shinyuden, and I was lucky enough to present a copy for this video review, so huge thank you to them for that. Now, this is an old school mystery game, and I don't just mean that it's set in like the 1980s like it is, but it's also designed and plays like an old school sort of NES famicom style mystery game, sort of detective clubs. If you ever played them back in the day, you probably won't have. A lot of people probably haven't even heard of them, but it plays very much like them, and it's basically a game where you have to unravel mysteries and solve puzzles and stuff like that, and it's really old school. So it features those lovely like 8-bit graphics you all love from the sort of NES era of gaming. It features those chiptune like background songs and stuff that you all love as well, and it has a very old school look to it. So you've got the 4x3 aspect and stuff like that. You've got the sort of chunky black screen with the big white text and the text boxes and like lots of dialogue. Basically how you used to play old school like point and click style-esque games as well back in the day. Now, obviously this has been modernised. It is a modern game just with an old school look. So you have the ability to customise your experience as well. So you can add filters like CRT filters, make it black and white. You can have like a background image instead of it just being black. And you can also sort of mess with the music. Do you want the music off, the sound effects off and stuff like that? You can do that however you want. Now, gameplay-wise, it's very old school. If you don't like the old school sort of lots of text and dialogue options where you have to like, you'll be in a certain area and you have to like go through a whole host of different options, like do you want to speak to someone, investigate, etc. This may not be for you, but if you're like an old school like mystery gamer, I highly recommend checking this one out. So the game's set in like the 1980s Japan, and you have to solve a murder case as this detective, and it takes place in Japan in all those like lovely idyllic sort of Japanese surroundings. They've been absolutely gorgeously remade in that 8-bit art style, and you basically play, like I say, this detective. Now, if you've ever played the Detective Club series on the Famicom, you'll know what to expect because this game has been heavily inspired by them. A lot of people probably don't even know what they are, but it's worth checking out if you are interested or if you're a retro player. Now, basically, you will explore a whole variety of different areas and gather evidence. You'll have to interview suspects and solve puzzles. And you're not alone on this. You also have your partner Ken with you, who will assist you in this case to basically discover what happened in this murder and what happened to this missing pearl. Now, the game is structured across 9 separate episodes, and there's also an epilogue that you can play as well, which I like that. They've set it up so it's like 9 little chunks, which is good. It spreads it out. It gives you a point to jump in and out of as well, I find, which is really nice. Instead of you're like going, oh, I need to save now. You can just get to the end of one of the episodes as such and then move on next time. Now, I really like this. The art and stuff like that have been done by some like famous like Japanese Famitsu style artists. So I could not pronounce their names for you. So I believe it's Kiyokazu Arai. So if you know that name, you'll probably be well interested. Apologies if I've butchered it. Like I say, I don't intend to. But overall, really fun little retro game. Now, there are some points where the story lulls just with the gameplay and stuff like that. It does have a little bit of pacing issues where it gets quiet and boring and like a bit of a drag. But then, like I say, you jump back into it. And also, because it's so old school, there are a lot of places you could easily get stuck if you're not used to this style of gameplay, where you may need to like find a guide or something like that. Don't worry about that. That's just how these games are made. While they are like very in-depth and stuff like that in ways with the story and everything, they aren't always newcomer friendly if you're not used to playing like these style of retro games. But I did like this game. I like the style of the art. I loved all the commands and stuff you had, like how easy it is to sort of navigate and ask around, investigate. You've got use of a smartphone and stuff like that where you can interact with like taking photos, stuff like that. It all adds to your evidence that you're collecting. And overall, I thought the story was pretty nice, and I'm looking forward. I hope they do a volume 2 in the future, because, like I say, it's nice to get to the end of like a mystery and be like, oh, that was really good, that. I want to play some more. So it's one of those games where you have to look into everything, explore like every nook and cranny to make sure you've found all the evidence. But if you do that and get the most out of this game, you'll have an absolutely awesome retro experience. Now, this game's available on the Nintendo Switch. It's normally priced at $8.89, but it's on sale for another week at 10% off, so you can pick it up for £8 here in the UK, and it's also available on Steam as well. But hit that like button, hit subscribe, guys, and we'll see you soon for more gaming content. Bye for now.